Good evening. It's a little bit earlier in the evening than it normally is when I do a new video. But what else is there to do when you're stuck at home and quarantined? Um, so you pull out some neat banknotes. I wanted to share with you one of my favorite notes from Thailand. And I'll get more into the particulars as I turn it around. I decided to start with the back of the note. So with no further ado, here we go. Here at the top of this banknote, we have images of the recently passed king of Thailand, Bhumibol Adulyadej, who most people would know as King Rama IX of the Chakri dynasty. Legend has it there was only going to be 9 kings of the Chakri dynasty, but that's for another video. Let's focus on the events on the back of this phenomenal banknote of 16 baht. The events on the back of this banknote ranged from the king's birth to his 80th birthday. And with that knowledge, let's go ahead and get started. Here in the upper left-hand corner is a picture of the infant king with his father, Prince Mahidol, who would have been king, except that he died. And so the throne went to this young man right here, who ruled as Rama VIII, or gosh, his name escapes me right now. But you see him several times. You see him there, and you see him here when he and his little brother, the just passed king, returned from Switzerland to Thailand in 1945. Here again is the infant king. That right there is the Villa Vedana in Switzerland, where the young kings grew up. And this is a family photograph of the king. There's the princess mother. There's the sister, there's Rama VIII, and there is the young Rama IX. What's interesting about Rama IX was he was also born in the United States. He's one of the few rulers of countries besides the country he was actually born in. Over here you see the Garuda symbol, and right here you see the symbol celebrating the king's 80th birthday. All of that appears in this top form of this note. We have pictures of the two kings as little boys, playing, with the flowers in the field, as young gentlemen, as children. And here in the background, in addition to the Villa Vedana, you can see the Temple of the Emerald Buddha and the Grand Palace. Now, we are going to move down a little bit more to this middle section of the note. And I may be able to make it just a little bit bigger. Sorry, I don't want you seasick by my adjustments, but the reality is it's going to be easier to maybe just hold it this way. So the middle part of the note actually shows events from the time of the king's early rule. And so here we have a picture of the king and the queen on their wedding day. And then right next to it we have a vignette of the king's coronation. And then up here above it, you can see the images of His Majesty having spent his time in ordination as a Buddhist monk. Here's a family portrait of King Bhumibol, Queen Sirikit, and you can see the 3 daughters, Ubultrana, Sirindhorn, Chulaborn, and the Prince Vajralongkorn. Seeming like a happy family, king wearing sunglasses. I think that's pretty cool. The next vignette, as we move around, is an image of the king and the queen standing on a globe, signifying their traveling to other countries and world tours. Over there to the left of the king is the king again, this time playing a saxophone with his band. He was a very musical king. Just below is an image of the king broadcasting, and then the king investing his son as the crown prince. So that's pretty cool. And then you can see the king and queen performing royal duties and traveling and investigating the kingdom. And over here is a rain-making airplane designed, to try to bring rain to drought-ridden portions of the kingdom. And maybe it worked, because right underneath it you see vehicles flooding out as they try to cross rivers. So maybe the planes worked. Don't know. But nevertheless, we have a picture of the king doing some of his painting over here on the right. Truly a Renaissance man was this King Bhumibol Adulyadej. And now as we move further down the note, we can see the investiture of the crown princess Sirindhorn, which at the time made people speculate, oh, maybe she could be the queen of Thailand. She was invested as the crown princess, so who knows what that was supposed to have mean. We see His Majesty with his mother, the princess mother, right over here. And then we see their majesties performing all sorts of royal duties, visiting children, walking around, making observations, helping with harvest, meeting the people. Right here in the background is a big development called the Pak Phanong River Basin Development Project in Nakhoi Si Thammarat. And I don't even know what that means. I'm sure it's a region. There is somewhere over here an aerator. Maybe this is what that is right there. And you see the king granting audiences. And then you can see a picture of him wearing the chakri gown and waving to the people on the occasion of his 60th year of rule. Let's see if I can't zoom out and let you see this entire note in one. I would have started out showing you it this way, but it was a little hard to see. Now there's a whole lot of nines going on here because Bhumibol Adulyadej was Rama 9 of the Chakri dynasty. And if you start at the path right up here, and you go down to here, and then you go down to here, and then you go down to here, the path of his life is the form of the Thai digit for 9. That may or may not be of interest to you, but it certainly fascinated me. Now let's take the time to turn the note over and look at the front side. This is a 16 baht of Thailand, and it's a 16 baht because it consists of an uncut sheet of a 1 baht, a 5 baht, and a 10 baht. And the king is aged in all of them, very youthful in the top one, sort of a little bit older in the middle one, and then of course a young adult in the bottom one as well. Let's go ahead and let's home in on those images, because each of them, even though they use a historic portrait of the king, show a more modern vignette in the middle of the note. You can see here on the 1 baht, the king is granting an audience in 1950 to his people. Let's see. There's the Garuda at the top of the note, right there. And here in the bottom corners are decorations including the multiple-headed elephant down here. You can see the water. Well, you can't see the watermark, but you can see where the place of the watermark is an image of the Constitution on a silver platter. But what's interesting is you have a combination of Thai numerals and Western numerals. In both cases, the prefix stands for 9K, which stands for King Rama IX. So every one of these notes were printed with a prefix that honors the king. The middle note shows a royal procession in approximately 1963. You see the elevated king being carried through the crowds of the people, and the king wearing his military gear in the left, and you can still see the Constitution and the I don't know, the vase or the tray that the Constitution rests on. The bottom note, which is the 10 baht note, shows again the royal Garuda, and it shows an image of the king celebrating his 60th anniversary on the throne in 2006. And you can see the massive crowds of people honoring the king on that auspicious occasion. This is one of my biggest banknotes. Let's go back out if I can. This is one of my biggest banknotes. And I had thought about buying 2 of these notes and horrifying the numismatic world by cutting them apart, but then I decided, nah, this was issued as a 16 baht. Let's keep it that way. Collectors of oversized notes, family photographs, Garudas, planes, the number 9, dams, saxophones, and regalia will want this note for their collection. I hope you will click on the purple circle and subscribe, share, and like this video, and go to my YouTube channel and share numismatic notes with Benjamin. I am Benjamin. Have a jewel of a day.